Hello my boys, good morning! So GGG revealed more quality of lives for Secrets of the Atlas patch 326 revolve around Strongboxes and essences. These were ported up from Path of Exile 2, we already have them there. Basically when you find a Strongbox inside your maps, like here, you can juice them without the need of opening your inventory. So far, how you do it? You find a Strongbox, you open your inventory, you take the orb and you put it. Same for the essences. Now, this is no longer needed. I won't tell you my personal taste in this, because I'm an old school player, but I want to give you some things to keep in consideration. In this beautiful video here that we have, yeah, so the guy is showing you have different orbs that you can click, shows the process, yeah, good. So he didn't talk about this thing here. Engineer's orb, this is used for Strongboxes to improve the quality. You know, so you get affects the loot. Let me put quality on Strongbox, affects the loot. This was not addressed in that video. Pretty much I think they will add it. Maybe they forgot because now they are busy doing the reveal. But keep in mind, for Strongboxes in Path of Exile 1 we have Engineer's orb. Yeah, I think this is tied to Harbingers because you have the shards. You get engineer shards, this will give you an engineer orb that you can put quality. So it's not shown in the video. And one more thing that people need to understand, because I've read the comments. Maybe they come from Path of Exile 2 and they have not played Path of Exile 1. So Strongbox farming in Path of Exile 2 is different from Strongbox farming in Path of Exile 1. Because in Path of Exile 2 when you farm Strongboxes, you will encounter 1-3 Strongboxes per map that you're doing. And in Path of Exile 1, when you farm Strongboxes, you want to go all in. So most likely you'll find 20 Strongboxes or more. We're talking about 15, 20, 30 Strongboxes per map. This is a huge difference in the approach that you will take. As a matter of fact, if you're new to Path of Exile 1, you need to know that the majority of the players, when they're farming Strongboxes, they will allocate this node here, tamper-proof, when the Strongboxes are corrupted and at least rare. This is because they don't want to waste time with juicing. Juicing over 20 Strongboxes takes a long time, and nobody is crazy enough to do that. There are some players that want to experiment with this, but the majority of the players usually take tamper-proof, so the Strongboxes are rare quality and corrupted. So they don't need to waste time in order to roll them, juice them. Plus, we don't have an exceptional modifier on the Strongbox anyways to do that crap. Yeah. So keep in mind, it's a different approach here. As a matter of fact, I'll open a map so you can see it for yourself. So realistically speaking, you won't do this in your maps. Few people will stay to juice them like this. Yeah. And put and corrupted. They will be already rare and corrupted for you, and you don't waste time with this. Yeah. And they also did something nice here. If you have a diviner, for example, it will not affect the Strongbox. Why is this useful? Because nobody in his right mind will ever use a diviner on a Strongbox. Nobody ever used on a Strongbox. But what's the problem? You can do your map, you can find a diviner on the ground, you pick it up and it gets moved in your inventory. Then you find a Strongbox, and if the divine icon was here, you could misclick, you know. You watch PoE guy, you watch his video while you play, and you click the diviner. Yeah, and that can happen. GGD did a good job because diviner will not be pushed here, so you can misclick, which is good. I want to talk about one more sexy thing here because I've noticed some comments. So look here. He moved the cursor from here to here in order to explain the diviner thing, that they will not appear here. While he moved with the mouse, you could see that he hovered over the gold. Yeah, and some players said that was intentional in order to showcase that King's March will be gone. No, it was not intentional. He just wanted to do his showcase. Cursor was here, and when he hovered here, he passed the gold, and for a fraction of a millisecond, it showed the gold. Why it's important? Because currently, if we open this panel, it says use this currency in King's March, and there the old King's March is out, which means most likely that King's March will be bye-bye. Which, by the way, in case you don't watch PoE guy, I did my top predictions here, and here was number 2 that King's March will be bye-bye, and I talked about the Roots mid-table, and how you call it, man, the Great Combinator. Yeah. I also talked about, in point number 4, I talked about the quality of life for Strongboxes and essences, which they revealed today, so I was again right. Good! You watch PoE guy, you're up to date. Now let's do a map with Strongboxes. So, how you do Strongboxes in Path of Exile 1? You want to juice it with a lot of boxes. This is not how you do it in Path of Exile 2, so many come from Path of Exile 2 and they don't understand this. Yeah, you can even get more than 30. Yeah, there are some combinations that you can do here. So I have that node allocated that will make all the Strongboxes already rare, juiced and corrupted for me, as you will see. And you also will notice tons of Strongboxes inside the maps. And I have not even used the top scarabs for this. One sec. You will see, you can see the Strongboxes on the minimap. Look man, how many you have. This you won't see in Pet of Exile 2. Plus, these strong boxes can be opened multiple times, as you can see. Yeah, so it's a difference in farming strong boxes. You need to look at them separately. So yeah, sure, in Pet of Exile 2 you will stay and you will waste time to juice them manually. But this in Pet of Exile 1, once you get to the end game farming like here, you won't stay to do. Look. Because there are too many of them. Imagine how much time you spend. So again, 90% of the players when they farm strong boxes, when they go full in, they take tamper proof, so they are already juiced rare and corrupted, yeah. This saves you a lot of time. There are some players that like to manually juice, yeah, but those are a minority, few of them. Maybe in this patch when they do the reveal, they will add something interesting that will encourage manually juicing, yeah. But I personally think that they added this quality of life simply because it was already implemented in Path of Exile 2 and said, hey boys, let's make the expansion more interesting, let's port this also to Path of Exile 1, yeah. We could see this actually coming, yeah. I want to show you also, so you got the idea, strongboxes are everywhere. Everywhere on the map, different story for farming Path of Exile 1. So don't expect to stay and just each strongbox and roll it, because that's not the reality. One thing you see in in news and another thing when you actually play the game. So let's talk about essences now, because the same thing. The only difference is that in Path of Exile 1 we use Remnant of Corruption, which pretty much, let's put it, it's like a Valorb that you have in Path of Exile 2 just for the essences, yeah? Now, some players said, why GGG doesn't put Valorb just like in Path of Exile 2? Maybe they will in the future, but you need to understand that behind these items there is coding. They need to hire programmers in order to do the code, and that code, because they are preparing tomorrow to reveal the expansion and they are getting ready with the expansion, they can't afford to give bugs to the game. Once you modify coding inside the game structure, there can appear errors, bugs, etc. And to avoid all that drama, GGG said, okay, we will do this later. So it's possible that in the future they will put with Valorbs. Also, we have some interactions with the Remnant of Corruption, so it's not that easy just to say, may just implement Valorbs, yeah? They need to take a closer look to the code, because they don't want unintended things to happen, like crashes, freezes, bugs, exploits, problems, so you need to keep in mind that. So this is how you find the essence, and now you don't need to open your inventory anymore, you just have a button here, you click, and it will automatically apply the Remnant of Corruption for you. Good. One more thing that I need to tell to my boys. Okay, so if you're new to Path of Exile 1, know that each time that GGG does a league reveal, yeah, they will give free stuff. And we want free stuff because it's better than paid stuff. You know what they say? Yeah, and then they will give you a shitty helmet that you can use. They give it for free, so why not? All that you need to do, you need to read this post here. Basically, while you have Twitch opened at certain hours, and on anything Path of Exile 1 related, they will give you this helmet that you will never use, or maybe you can use, yeah, because I understood it has some special interactions, but yeah, free stuff is good. So you might want to check this shitty post here from GGG. You go to the news and you have the... Okay, my boys, I need to close this beautiful video here. Remember that here you have my best league starter in Path of Exile 1, a build that I always play, my only league starter in Path of Exile 1. You know the drill. If you're new to the channel, you will learn it today. Your best day in your life. Good luck and enjoy the rest of the day. Cheers!